Hello survivors, welcome back to the Fit to Survive channel. So today I'll be showing you a couple of Swiss Army knives that I just finished up, but also as you can see I'll be showing you a new tool in my arsenal. So this is the Xtool D1 Pro, and I have the 10-watt laser module on this. So Xtool sent this over for me to use to kind of review per se, kind of show how I use it in my projects. And so I've never used a laser engraver or laser cutter before, and this is actually really simple to use, really simple to assemble. If I had any difficulties with it, I think I did do like a small YouTube tutorial just to figure out how to use some of the features of it, but it does a whole lot of things. You can cut wood, you can engrave into wood, also acrylics and metal, and so all kinds of things. In fact, you'll be seeing these scales over here that we engraved, and at the end of the video I'll be showing you a box that I made. So let's go ahead and we'll dive right in. All right, so we'll start with the 91mm, and so these have zirconium scales from Metson Boss. So really cool. I always like his zirconium scales, and they look really great with these brass liners. And then also you'll notice that this has two-tone, which means some of the tools are black, some are silver. Now these I did not, these are not acid etched. These are actually original from Victorinox. They came from an Onyx Spartan. And so it has a really, really dark black color. Whenever it reflects the light, you can't really tell how black it is. But it's really black, and I think it looks great with the having some silver tools and then having some of the black tools. I think it looks really cool. All right, for the Dragonfly blade, we have the Spyderco Dragonfly H2. And so these are serrated. Of course, that is originally serrated. That's not my work. So right in the middle, easily accessible. All right, then next up, the scissors. So really a slim a slim build. But again, with the pocket clip, I think it's important to keep nice and slim. On the back here, you can see that this one spring is also black, along with the corkscrew. It's also black. And again, I just think it really just blends in the black zirconium scales with the rest of all of it. We have the parcel hook. Now this was laser engraved. I did not do that, but the Xtool can engrave like this. And there's actually have a different module called, it's like the 1064 infrared, I think, if I remember correctly. Anyways, it does really good on stainless steel and on titanium. So we will definitely be getting that, and we will be doing, we'll be engraving a set of titanium scales. So that's gonna be really cool. We'll be doing that in here in the near future. All right, so this 58mm you can see has been engraved, has a kind of topographic pattern on it. And I did do that with this 10-watt module here. And so you can see that the 10-watt module is strong enough to do like this kind of engraving where you have these scales like that. And so really cool, I think, how that turned out. Let me know what you guys think about that pattern on the zirconium. Is that something you like or not? So anyways, moving on here, we have the Spyderco Honeybee blade. That's nice and snappy there. Then the rest of the tool set real quick. We have the Phillips combination tool. Then you have the original flat blade. After that is the hook blade. So this build has a lot of cutting elements, you'll see as we go through it. Also in the scalpel, now this is from the Nightcore NTK05, and it has a replaceable scalpel. If you want, you can pop that off, replace it whenever it gets dull. All right, in the back, you're gonna find some more black tools. So again, it's also two-toned. Has the black scissors from an Onyx Mini Champ. And then we have the original file there, along with the original blade. Like I said, lots of cutting elements here. All right, then we have the cuticle pusher. And the last three tools are again going to be black. So we have the saw mod here. This is on the black ruler. All right, then we have just the plain black ruler. And this has the, basically it's a tick removal mod. And then lastly is another black blade that has been serrated. All right, so that's it for this 58mm. So let me know what you guys think about these builds. Also let me know what you think about this pattern that I did on here. So next up, what we're gonna do is I'll show you the box that I made using this Xtool, and then we'll finish up from there. All right, so the app is really friendly to use also. You can see here what I'm doing is I'm kind of drawing a box that I want to be cutting, to be doing, basically milling my knives in. And so it's pretty easy to use, pretty friendly. I did watch a YouTube tutorial kind of just explaining, you know, what all these settings do. But you can like insert like images and stuff and have that engraved directly onto you know, your items you want. And so a lot of this stuff is super simple. So we see like this, delete that, and just leave this traced file, shrink it down to my needed size. It's kind of like that. And so it lets you design things So you can see just, I'll zoom in, you can see it a little better. All right, so you can see it lets me do things like that. So I took an image and then I've traced it to where what it's going to do is I can tell it to either score, you can see right here on the right side of the screen, to score it or to engrave it. If you engrave it, it's going to be dark. So that's what we'll do. And so basically when I make this box, it's going to have, you know, my logo engraved on it, and I can add some other information like that. And so it's just really easy to make, to work with this app like this. Or if you want it, you can also basically open up, and I think we can open up that one right there. All right, and so you can see, now this I did not draw, like I just said. This is a design that I purchased on Etsy, and so this is ready. All I'd have to do is basically select all of this, go over here and tell it to cut it, you know, and that'll do it for me without any problems. And so again, that's really cool, makes it really simple. If you want to design your own, you can design your own. If you wanted to buy something like this on Etsy or so on, you can do that, and you have ready projects like that. So I've finished up my design here, basically drawing my own box. All right, and so all we do next is we come down here to the processing, and we'll tell it to go ahead and basically show us where it's going to be engraving at. All right, so I have my wood lined up, and this thing I have in the middle, this is just to make sure I'm not burning the surface here. And so what I have it set to do right now is just framing to make sure that the laser is right in the middle. As you can see, that red laser goes across, and it shows that it's going to be basically cutting right inside where we want it to be. So what I'll do is I'll go and start, and we can watch a bit of it, and I'll probably speed through the rest until we get closer to the end. All right, so you can see I did all the engraving first, and now it's going to go around and do the cuts for the box. All right, so finished up with that, and that didn't take hardly no time at all. So this have to be glued. Oh, this is supposed to be on the bottom side. Oh well, they changed that in the design. So yeah, this has to be glued to hold itself together, but actually it's staying together pretty good. So that's a good sign that my design is a good size. I've got these like puzzle pieces just right. So that's great. Didn't have to redo that. All right. So anyways, that's that box. So let me know what you think about how that turned out. Let me know what you think about the Xtool, that D1 Pro. So the Xtool costs, with the 10 watt module on it, it costs like $500 right now. And so I'll include a link to that. So be sure to check that out if you're interested. Let me know what you think about it, about the whole process and of everything. And let me know maybe some other ideas you'd like to see maybe me do with the Xtool. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.